Well, wind, wind. I didn't think I could come up with a story for this when Gary contacted me, but then I looked at my files and I thought, whoa, I've got this perfect story. Has to do with wind. You know, there are times in our lives when we feel victorious. And I'm talking about that time in our life when we've left our childhood years behind, our teenage years behind, and we've planted that flag of victory firmly on the mountain of adulthood. But as you know, a lot of times that road to adulthood has a lot of twists and turns. Sometimes it has a lot of U-turns. The year is 1973. I'm 23 years old. It's a beautiful spring day, and I'm driving my brand new car down Topeka Boulevard. Oh, it's a gorgeous spring day. Well, this car, it's new to me. It's a 1966 Chevy Impala. One whale of a car, a big old beige thing. It's long in line and wide in size. Oh, it is one heck of a car. That steering wheel, it is big and hard. It is like the steering wheel on a ship with that leaping Impala in the center. And I am the captain. Like I say, it's a beautiful spring day. I've rolled down all the windows, and that beautiful spring breeze is coming through. The sun is shining on my shoulders, and Roberta Flack, she's singing, killing me softly with his song, telling my life with his words, killing me softly. Oh, life is good. I am now upwardly mobile. I can leave my parents' house. And then I move back in again. I move back out again, and I move back in again for an extended period of time. With a theater degree back in 1973 in Topeka, Kansas, you just can't make a living. I kind of underestimated how much it was going to cost to be on my own. Well, my 20s, they go by fairly quickly. It is now 1979. I'm still living with my parents. But I have gone back to school. I've gotten my teaching certificate, and I have just obtained a job. My first full-time job as a teacher of third grade. I can now support myself. Well, I'm now ready to leave my parents' house. My Impala, it has long bit the dust. I now have a little blue Toyota, a little tiny steering wheel. I'm backing out of my parents' driveway. I'm headed down the road to look for an apartment. Like I said, I can support myself. Not in a lavish lifestyle, but I'm able to support myself. Well, I'm going down the road, and now just a few blocks from my parents' house, there's this mobile home park. It's been in our neighborhood for decades. I know the people who own the park. There's only about 10 trailers there. As I'm going by the mobile home park, I see in front of one of the trailers a sign that says mobile home for sale. I'm thinking. I quickly pull off to the side road by the mobile home park to think, and this is what I'm thinking. I could take out a loan. I could maybe buy a mobile home. Then I wouldn't have to be spending a lot of money on rent. I get out of the car. I go up to the door of the mobile home and I knock on the door. A little old woman answers, yes, what would you like? I see you have this sign out here. Your mobile home is for sale. How much are you asking? Well, $6,000. That includes the refrigerator, the stove, and that big couch over there. I look over there. There's this huge, big, ugly, green, fuzzy couch crawling its way across the wall. I'll take it, I say. In a matter of weeks, I am the proud owner of a mobile home, of a brand new mobile home, all 675 square feet of it, all 12-foot wide by 50-foot length of it, 2 bedrooms. The main bedroom I can barely get my double bed into, and the other bedroom is Well, I can get a desk in there and a sewing machine. That's about it. Every day I come home to my own home. A home on wheels, this is true, but now I am truly upwardly mobile. I start decorating. I put little tiny curtains on little tiny windows. I put little tiny flowers around the little tiny patio outside the little tiny front door. I start entertaining. I invite people over to eat, two at a time. Life is good. Well, there were a few drawbacks. The mobile home court was right on the entrance to I-70. I mean, literally right on the entrance. Every night, I'm lulled to sleep by the sound of traffic on the interstate, motorcycles, emergency vehicles, trucks. Now, it's kind of like sleeping in the middle of I-70 at the time, but you can get used to about anything. Well, like I say, that's that one year, my first year of teaching, third grade. It's now 1980, the end of that year, that first year of my teaching career. I come home on a May day towards the end of the school year. It was so humid that day. Now, we didn't have air conditioning in the schools back then. I am totally wilted and exhausted by the time I get home, late as usual. I get into my mobile home, I turn on the air conditioner, turn on all the fans, turn on the TV. I see that we're in a tornado watch. And I'm thinking, I go and I open the door and I look out. The sun is starting to go down. It's really cooled off. Hardly any humidity now, a little breeze. I'm thinking it's some other part of the viewing area. I'm not too worried. Eat a late supper, I go to bed that night. About midnight, I'm awakened by this sound. You know that sound. I am bolted out of bed by the tornado siren, which is directly above my head. The telephone pole that has the siren is right there outside my bedroom window. The motor home is vibrating. The bed is vibrating. My little dog is vibrating. I get up, I go and look out the window. It's hailing, there's wind, branches are blowing all over the place, and I'm thinking, I wanted to be upwardly mobile, but not like this. I get my jeans on. I grab the dog. I go to the door and I open the door. The wind catches the door. I pull the door shut. And I'm thinking, I got to go somewhere. I don't know where. I knew there was a storm cellar somewhere on the mobile home park, but I'd never taken the time to figure out where it was. And I'm thinking, I can't stay in here. The whole trailer is vibrating and and then it comes to me. I got to go back home again. That home I've been trying to get away from I got to go back home. It's just a few blocks away. Well, I get the car keys. I got the dog. I open that door. The wind catches the door. I get out and I shut that door. I get down to the car. I open the car door. I throw the dog in. I get in the car and down the road I go. Oh, it is raining so hard I can hardly see the road. Branches are falling in front of me. I make it to the side entrance of my parents' house. And I get the dog and the car keys. I go up to the back door and I start pounding on the door. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Now this is one of those old storm doors. It's a big wooden door that has little panes of glass, little square panes of glass in it. My parents hadn't taken the time to get the storm door off there. Well, I'm pounding on that door, that old wooden storm door. Nobody's up. And I'm thinking, they have the air conditioner on. My parents are hard of hearing. Well, I pound again. Bam, 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 bam. Let me in, let me in. At that point, if you've ever been in a tornado kind of a warning, you know, there's a period during a storm where it gets real quiet. And that's when you get a little scared. And then I heard that sound. They say like a train coming. And I'm thinking, I gotta get in. I gotta get in. Let me in. Let me in. I don't want my mother to come out the next morning and find the dog collar and my car keys laying on the concrete here. Let me in. Let me in. Bang, 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 bang. Come. I have just put my fist through the glass of one of those panes. I shattered that glass. Didn't know I could do that. I'm not bleeding or anything. There's glass all over the. Well, this finally wakens my mother. My mother comes to the door, and I get in the house. I'm thinking, Mom, there's a storm outside. I'm crying, and my mother, she hugs me, and she says, "It's okay, honey. It's okay. You're safe now. You're safe." Well, you know, it's been 40 some years since that night. I can still feel my mother's hug. I can still feel that hug. I can smell the ivory soap on her skin, and I can smell the roast and the onions they had for supper that night. And it felt so safe. I hope you all had a good, safe childhood somewhere, because it is so invaluable. I had a safe childhood, and it'd be nice to be able to go back to that nice, safe place, to that nice, safe hug. But you know, that's not possible. Can't click our heels 3 times and go back. But what is possible is to find new homes, find friends, lovers, husbands, wives, and create your own new homes. Yeah. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Thank you.